Deadline. I don't want to be rude, but I do like it in my packet. I'm being serious.
I love how we're all wearing this.
Okay, y'all ready? Here we go. I want to call to order the regular city council meeting Tuesday, October 14th, 2025 at 5:30 p.m. We'll all stand for invocation. George, please.
Yes, please. Join us in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, you are omniscient. Lord, you are good in all that you do. We ask that you continue to lead and guide our hearts, Lord, in the work of the city of Glen Rose, and be with Joe as he's away from us. And we're thankful that Rich came back safely. Lord, we ask that you continue to shower your blessings and your favor upon this community. We ask all that in Jesus' name. Amen.
Do the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Texas Pledge. I pledge allegiance
On our Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Sorry, it's the biggest crowd I've had. Roll call. Councilmember Mapes.
Here.
Councilmember Schultz.
Present.
Councilmember Freeze.
Present.
Councilmember Bruning.
Present.
We have a quorum. Citizen and visitors' comments. I want to read this first. I ask each individual addressing city council do so in a orderly and respectful manner. Please attempt to address any issues, concerns, or suggestions in public comment section of the meeting. Public comments outside of the section will be limited. All speakers shall approach the podium and provide your name and address for the record. The comments from the public during both agenda items for the public hearing and agenda items for individual consideration will be limited to 3 minutes per person. Each person will be allowed to speak once and your time cannot be shared. I ask everyone silence your cell phones. For the duration of the meeting, the council members will give their undivided attention to all speakers and presenters. I ask that those in attendance please offer the same courtesy to council during deliberations. I ask that the council members please be acknowledged by the meeting chair prior to speaking. Thank you. Item 1, public hearings. Veronica, will you read that, please?
I thought we had.
Oh, I'm sorry. Public comments, Scott Chip Jocelyn.
Chip Jocelyn, 1990 Texas Drive. Mayor Pro Tem Mann, council. I have the distinct honor and privilege to introduce to you the latest and greatest addition to the Somerville County team, Chief Levi Clements.
Thank you, Chip. Levi Clements. I actually reside right now in Burleson, 307 Southeast Robert Street. Just wanted to come and introduce myself and say that I'm thankful to the county for bringing me in, and I'm looking forward to working with y'all. Just a little bit about me right quick. I come from the city of Mansfield with 26 years, retired as a battalion chief. Worked pretty much every position on the way up and almost every department and division within the department. So a breadth of experience to bring and try to help grow the county and the fire department and move us all in a good direction. I also wanted to say thank you. I understand from looking at my budget, y'all have graciously got us a pickup for the fire marshal's office. And as of today, they're underneath my purview as well. So appreciate that, and just really looking forward to working with the city and making this place the best we can. So
Glad you're here.
thank you.
Welcome to the community.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for taking the time to come by.
Absolutely.
Take care.
We lost George.
Yeah, I'm gonna step off for a bit.
We'll open the public hearing for item 1 at 5:53 PM.
Public hearing regarding a preliminary plat application as submitted by Scott Knapp for owners Wentworth Capital LLC for property located at 204 Southwest First Street, also known as Acres 0.616 lot, tract 2, block 00021, subdivision F0100, abstract A136, Milam County School, block 21, lot tract 2.
Thank you. Do we have any comments?
I do. So George Freeze, 607 Gay Lane, talking regarding a piece of property that was within the notification area, 104 Austin. It's a piece of property that our family has owned for a number of years. And prior to the meeting, I submitted to you a couple of points why I would ask that you oppose this replat. And I'm not going to go through it completely, but I think it's important to point out that I don't believe that the owner is actually making the replat request for the property. It's very unusual for a non-owner to make a request for a replat. It's one thing to ask for a zoning change, but a replat is something entirely different. You're going to change that makeup of that property under the city's regulation and the city's purview. So I would ask that that's one reason why to reject it. Secondly, if we go to an R3 multifamily designation, it can be a two unit or a quad unit or a manufactured home district. That's not the kind of infill that I feel like we should be supporting, because we're going to take one lot, existing lot, with a house, and then cut it into 2 additional lots. So we could have 2 quadplexes, potentially, 8 families, 16 plus cars, 24, 25 plus people, with no designation of a pocket park or any type of additional amenities in this area. And it really kind of flies in the face of what is the entire surrounding 2-block area, or 3-block area even. And I know that we have a B1 designation on it currently, but the property has never redeveloped into an R1. I'm sorry, it has never developed into a B1 designation. So probably the more appropriate thing is to look at rezoning it to an R1 designation and then move forward with a replat if you wanted to cut off one part of that large lot from the existing house. And then the third thing is that there's insufficient parking because you're talking about 16 plus vehicles, because nearly every family has 2 cars, and there's no parking for this. It's going to be off-street parking, which causes a problem. And over on that side of the town, you have some of the narrowest streets out there. And so for those matters, those are my concerns with this property, going from a B1 to an R3 designation, and the replat from 1 existing lot into 3, and then the use that could imply. So I would ask that you consider this and reject the replat.
You signed up for item 2, right? Well, we need to close out the public hearing.
Well, it's in the public, I meant the public hearing as that item. Cheyenne Edwards, 200 2nd Street. I live just outside of the notification block that this was sent in. I do think we need more homes. However, I do not think replotting this, like George said, it's too small of a lot for too narrow of what I think is trying to be implied there. I would just reconsider, maybe already has a gigantic house on it, and that lot, adding that much more to that infrastructure when you have also another quadplex on the other side across the street. You already have parking issues there. You're going to run into more parking issues, I feel like. So I would just recommend thinking about it in the area that it's in. I don't necessarily know that replatting that for what could be the use would be a good idea.
Do I want to speak on it?
You want to speak on the item?
Yes, I'm the one that's trying to apply it for
That'll be in after the public hearing's closed.
it. Okay, sorry.
Any more comments?
Did I need to sign?
Ann Carter, 1319 FM 200 Southeast Nemo, Texas. 204 Southwest 204 Southwest First Street is a designated landmark. It falls under historic preservation. So just thought I'd let you know that, because the house on 204 is designated as a historic landmark. Falls under preservation.
Thank you. Any more comments? We'll close the public hearing at 5:40 PM. Moving on to individual items for consideration. Number 2, Veronica, you want to read all that again?
Discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding a preliminary plat application as submitted by Scott Knapp for owners Wentworth Capital LLC for property located at 204 Southwest First Street, also known as Acres 0.616, Lot Tract 2, Block 00021, Subdivision F0100, Abstract A136, Milam County School, Block 21, Lot Tract 2.
Thank you. Mr. Scott?
So I am the one that's trying to divide it. And I've done that before when I built the LP2 apartments down on Sam Houston Street. The owners didn't want to deal with the city and go through the process. I got a letter from them and did that, and we got that rezoned. I am the owner of 400 Bailey Street, right across the street from here. And the Wentworth Capital, they're the ones that own or bought that house. And I think they bought that house out of bankruptcy. I don't know. They approached me and asked me if I wanted to buy the piece of property. And I said, I might be interested. And we got it under contract, and it was contingent that I could subdivide it. And that was back in June. So then I had to go through the process. I do have a letter from Wentworth Properties saying, okaying me to go through this process. So we started this process back in June. We got a letter from the city stating that we can get water and city water and sewer to it. I got the okay from the electrical company, Encore. And at that time, so I got the letter from the city back on July 8th. I worked with the building official, and they told me that the property is currently B1 and R3, but it's all one single piece of property. And as I understood it, the B1 part is what the city designated as future, but it's all the same plat. So working with the building official that was there, she said, if you want to, I don't want to put a fourplex on there. I want to put a duplex on each property. She said, to do that, you got to make it an R3. So that's why we've got it into 2 lots. And that's why I'm trying to get it designated as into all be R3, the same as the house. So I went and I paid for the survey and the plat to be done. Everything's completed. Then we submitted the information back on August 6th for the Planning and Zoning Committee in September. And we had everything in on time. They didn't have a quorum. And so then they said I had to wait till October. Well, then the Wentworth Capital was going to back out on the deal. He sent a letter saying something about shot clock and the state law, HB 3167. And I didn't have anything to do with this. I was willing to go to October, but he said that local government must take action to approve or deny a plat within 30 days, otherwise known as a shot clock. If no action is taken, and the plat is automatically approved. He spoke to Mayor Boyles about it. They told me to come to this meeting, and So I've got everything ready to sign. I'm supposed to close on Friday. That's how we got to this, where we're at right now. So, I mean, I'm not trying to put quads on there, because I know there isn't enough room. But I would like to put a duplex on each one and just provide more housing. You guys see what I've built up there. We keep it up nice. It's probably the best looking thing in the neighborhood up there. And,
I live over there.
pardon?
My house looks pretty good. I live over there.
I think from the drive-by though, I think, I think we do a good job. We keep it clean. We keep it upkept. We don't let it get run down. And that's what our plan is. So
Appreciate it.
if anybody's got any questions for me.
Anybody have any questions for Mr. Scott?
Answer.
So what is your forecasted plan with the home that is currently on site?
That would stay under the Wentworth Capital. He's not selling me that home. He just wants to sell me the property to the side of it. That's why the the subdivision or would replat. So that would be on its own separate. We're turning one. I submitted all the paperwork, but
Yes, we got the map.
it's like one plat like this. And we're turning it into three basically equal things. And the way we came up with the size of the lot 3 and 4 is what I would be buying. That was me working with the building official and what I would need for setbacks and parking and everything else.
Anybody got more questions for Mr. Scott? Thank you.
Thank you.
George, do you want to speak again?
Yes, please. So just another point that wasn't really germane in the public hearing part, but you have 3 of the oldest homes in the community on this block. The building that I own, which was the Rock Building where my father had his title company and law office, and then the 2 other properties behind it, the one that's the subject property, and then the next property that the Davenports own. And I believe the Davenports submitted a comment in opposition. And I think that you look at the historic designation, if in fact this property is inside the historic,
It is.
inside the historic district. District?
It's not inside this district. When it was,
What's the specific term? Because I'm messing it up.
okay. The 204 Southwest First Street is the corner, is that whole section. The previous owners, all of them have taken tax abatements on that property. When a home is, or when a piece of property is made a city designated historic landmark, and it's not within what you are calling the historic downtown district, when it's made a landmark, it immediately comes under the Historic Preservation Commission and moves within the historic district, even though it's outside of what you're calling the bounds. You have to move it into it. That way you're not making every piece of property between here and 204 First Street that is not historic have to follow historic preservation. 204 First Street has to follow historic preservation and has, we did it, they were designated in 2008.
Thank you.
So I guess that I was misphrasing the term. So a historic landmark, you have 2 of 3 properties that have historic landmarks, Davenport's, the subject piece of property. And now the applicant is trying to take the remainder of a lot and turn it into 2 lots and then drop in what would be a multifamily. And multifamily is just completely inconsistent with the neighborhood. It's inconsistent with a historical landmark. And what this council had done previously in David Dinkins' property over on Wren Street, if you recall, that applicant owned the property. He went through, he made the purchase, he put his money on the line, and he actually closed on the property and then looked to try to see what he could do. And this council acted and turned that into 3 single-family residentials within a lot, within an existing lot. So we still got the density that was kind of earmarked in our comprehensive plan, but we did it without encroaching upon what is the boundaries and the sense of an area of that community. We wouldn't be dropping in a multifamily unit into what is substantially an R1 district. Though it's an R3 designation, every house in there is an R1 designation. And that wouldn't preclude, in this case, if the council moved forward to an R3 designation, there could still be a single family residential on these 2 lots. But I don't think that's the intention. And the property owner is not here to talk about it. So for those matters, I would ask you to reject the replat.
Thank you, Joe. Cheyenne? Discussion?
Well, another thing I wanted to make known here is when we're sitting here looking at our summary of it states that 8 letters are confirmed and received, 11 letters unconfirmed. But where I'm going to is it says 3 favorable responses were returned. It says 1 opposition was returned. The 1 is not correct. There were 6 oppositions that are in this packet that are not for it.
Correct. So that means we're gonna need a supermajority vote, 20%. 20% in opposition, correct, Veronica?
Well, being that we've had this much of a response from the affected neighbors that are within the general area, I'm personally not willing to vote in favor of this replat at this time. If the property owner turns around and comes up with a better idea of something that they might think meets our comprehensive plan and meets what we were trying to accomplish with that geographical area, I'd reconsider at that time. But I don't feel comfortable voting in favor of this with this much opposition from the residents.
Anybody else?
I agree with Rich. I'm not comfortable approving this replat. And then, and I just want to maintain the historical significance of it.
Point of order. Question. Do you have to take action? You do because the shot clock has begun, correct?
I believe shot clock's already over.
We have
Based
to,
on the
right?
shot clock.
If we don't, then it's gonna be rezoned.
Need to remember also there's a historic tank on that, so how much of this plat's gonna take care of that historic tank? You're gonna move past, you're gonna move past.
Talking about the thing that is painted.
Is at the back, there's a historic, that tank is part of, and there's a 50. So how far off are you? Oh, I apologize, Mayor Pro Tem, I asked a question out of order.
Okay, 1 second.
Sorry.
Okay. I'll just make a motion that we do not approve the replat for 204 Southwest First Street, also known as acres 0.616 lot, tract 2, block 21.
I'll second that. I was waiting to see if
Got a second by Rich. All in favor of not approving? 4-0. We'll move to item number, you want to note, George came back? Move to item 3, discussion, consideration, and possible approval or other action regarding approval of Improtech, Hibbs, and Todd Work Order Number 47, authorizing engineering and surveying services for the following projects: Golden Heights drainage improvements, design, and bidding phase services.
Good evening, Council. Chris Hay with EHT. This project has been talked about for quite a while. I believe is on the original capital improvements plan, which tested my memory here. I think the first one we did was in 2015, maybe. So it's continued to be on there for drainage improvements in the Golden Heights area, which has obviously some drainage problems. I think most everybody's probably aware of. So Jim had requested that we provide a proposal to do the design and bidding phase services for engineering design to resolve the drainage problems in the area. And so that's what you have before you tonight is the work order, proposed work order for design and bidding phase only. The intent was to handle the design and bidding phase in this fiscal year, and then due to the length of construction, start construction at the beginning of the next fiscal year and take care of that. So we'd come back with a amendment to this next year once we go into construction for some construction phase services. So this isn't the overall portion of our fee, but covers what we need to for this fiscal year to get the project moving. So that's probably more detail than you wanted maybe, but if there's any questions that you have, I'd be happy to answer them at this point.
Does this include the second egress that we've been talking about going out onto English Street?
Yes, it would. The design would include that if we can move forward with that into the design.
Anybody else got any questions? Thank you, Chris.
All right, thank y'all.
So good to see you, sir.
Thanks.
Any discussion?
I make a motion to approve work order number 47 for project number 5722 with EHT.
I'll second. All in favor? 4-0. Passes.
5.
I'm sorry, Bob. My bad, I forgot you came back. Moving to item number 4, discussion, consideration, possible action regarding resolution submitting the Glen Rose City Council nominations for Somerville County Appraisal District Board. Ms. Veronica?
I put it on there because the mayor was. Y'all have a chance to read through it. Some of you have been through this before, so.
Well, this is just saying that we want to have the 5 bodies. It's not putting the particular names into the hat until December. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I nominate Lori Mapes as our representative.
Okay.
Does that mean as of one of the 5 seats?
No, as the sole seat. I mean, we have so few votes.
75 votes.
I mean, I think if we put forth one, we might get some consideration. Considering your experience with the city, with the county, the school district,
This is true.
the biggest vote getter or biggest vote holder.
Well, I like that thought. I'll second that. Would you accept that nomination?
Yes, I will.
All in favor? 4, I'm sorry, 5-0. Going off my notes here. Item 5, discussion, consideration, possible action regarding watering the planters in the downtown area. I don't have anybody signed up to speak on this, but I'll
I
let
have
you.
the agenda item. I requested the agenda item.
Go ahead, I'm just giving you our time.
Oh, okay. All of you are receiving a packet at this point in time. I guess me.
Go ahead. No, I'm ready. Here,
Um,
pass on down.
I did speak to the mayor about it, and Ms. Stinson spoke to the mayor about it, so
Go
we're
ahead.
here to speak about it.
Gotcha.
So, good evening, Mayor Pro Tem and the rest of the city council, elected officials. Thank you for giving us this time this evening. I just want to give you a quick background on what's going on. The first sheet you have is just an overview, and then you have actually the background and what I'm going to kind of address. When the city of Glen Rose participated in the Texas Main Street program in 1991 through the Main Street America, which is a national thing, a comprehensive beautification plan was developed for the historic square. That included benches, planters, and lighting. After the city was no longer a part of the program in 1995, a small group of community volunteers raised the funds and launched the Downtown Beautification Program. Their efforts including designing and creating small downtown park in front of the Somerville County Courthouse, because that was a suggestion from Main Street to take out the parking at the front and make it more of a park area. And later, with the assistance of volunteers such as Karen Richardson, who's here this evening, and I'm sure she didn't know I was going to throw her under the bus, and others, they constructed existing planter boxes and for a time maintained them through volunteer efforts. A preservation plan was also completed in 2005 to guide the future improvements efforts of the historic square. So with the collective efforts to add beauty and charge to our community. But today the square is in need of some care and renewal. With the city partnership, we can once again restore the vibrancy of our downtown through a coordinated plan of maintenance, landscaping, and city engagement. I have spoken with the Native Plant Society, Marcia Miller, and I did speak with Ms. Richardson. They're willing to assist in finding some and selecting some low maintenance, low water usage plants, but we also need some living, breathing, bright colors down there at that point in time. I did talk with Jordan over at Ag Life and tried to talk to her about getting the 4-Hers involved. And she also says that they started a program with the 6th graders in the gardening and all. So she is kind of getting back with me on that to see where that can go. What we need from you, the city. Always we need something from the city. We need water access to the flower beds and planter boxes. Just this week, just the end of last week, I found out that there is actually water on the historic square. We need access to that water as a community to make sure that these beds stay nice and pretty and all. And we need to identify where the connections are located, confirm whether they're currently working, and determine who can assist with the upkeep of the flowers. Freeze?
I'm good. I'm just looking for a clip.
Okay.
Keep going. I listen to you.
Okay.
Upkeep of the flowers.
Yes,
Where's
sir.
the water? How's it gonna work?
Yes, sir. Basic maintenance support, including the weed removal, trimming, and upkeep. We need landscape enhancement, not only for the native flowers, but for seasonal blooming to brighten up the landscape, along with some hanging baskets to further enhance the square. And that the city of Glen Rose provide a dedicated staff from the Parks Department to maintain the historic square, flower beds, and park. While volunteers have assisted in the past, volunteer support cannot always be relied on. Upon regular, dependable maintenance by the city staff is essential in keeping our historic downtown vibrant, attractive, and welcoming to both residents and visitors. We ask that this be an ongoing maintenance and to be included in the budget responsibility under the City Parks Department. This will not only make our historic square appealing, but it will also add to the overall beauty of our area. And why does it matter? It matters because it should matter. A refreshed square reflects the pride of our historic properties and our property owners. Visitors, residents, and potential investors from all over form their first impression. Beyond the flower beds, we also consider the streets, the curbs, and our surrounding historic district. This aligns with the message of a workshop series for tourism development and a longstanding campaign first introduced in 1999, Companies Coming, Are You Ready, Texas? And that initiative was brought together with TechDocs, the Community Heritage Development Division, the Texas Main Street Program, both which are divisions of the Historical Commission, and the Texas Economic Division. And it was held right here in Glen Rose in 1999 when they kicked it off. This message was clear then, and it still applies today. Preparing our community for visitors strengthens not only our tourism, but the local pride in our economic investments. Our commitment is that the Historic Preservation Commission is seeking plant experts and community partners with this project. With the city's support for water maintenance and enhanced planning, we can assure our historic downtown square always look inviting, private, and ready to welcome guests. The last page you have there are the key points to it and the request from City Council, and it's a summary of what I just stated. I did include a few pictures of what the historic square looks like right now. Not all of you got the same photograph, but you got it. I mean, some of them have the sweet potato vine, and it just takes over. And I was told that the city does come by and have to trim that because it gets all out in the street and up on the side. They do that. Some of them literally have trees growing in the flower beds. It's not that our shop owners and merchants haven't taken the time to try to make them look pretty, but they don't have the water there. So, ma'am?
They don't have the time either.
A lot of the time either. And they don't have the water there, so they doesn't always look as fresh as it does with the potato. I mean, the potato vines add greenery down there and all. And I am not saying by any means what they've done is not something to improve it. And by no means am I asking, as a previous city administrator, to go in there and rip up what our merchants have already put in without at least consulting with them. But we need to do something. And I included also a couple of photographs of the hanging flower baskets so we can kind of see them. And then another photograph of where city workers were helping to put it all back in. So,
Thank you. Anybody have any questions for Ann? I don't.
She gave
Can
you the
I
most
make a
detailed.
comment?
Go ahead.
We're asking the houses in the historic district, 75, 80, keep their yards, to keep all their trees trimmed. And we need the inside the city needs to look like, like we're asking them to keep their homes. So with that being said, we've got to take care of the inside of the town.
I agree.
It needs to be a statement, the city square, in order, we can't find someone for not mowing and keeping their houses neat and tidy when we're actually filing reports on every house out there, the 75 houses. So.
Thank you.
I have a question. So who would be kind of the architect of what's going to go where, and like what plants are going to go in what thing? Is that
well, we're working at this point in time. We're asking the city for assistance.
well, I
Okay.
understand that, but who are you hoping that's going to give the vision? I guess not. If we
It's not going to be me because and the reason I say it's not going to be not me, not because I don't have time, because I don't have that kind of knowledge of what goes in there. That's the reason that I said that we are talking with those who are the experts in it to find out what will actually work in there to make them work and then get them put in there. I would like to come back in November and be put back on the schedule to have a more concrete plan, but I wanted you to know that this is what we're asking you to do because the holiday season is coming up. And we spent a lot of money to make the square with Christmas decorations and try to invite folks into here. So we need to kind of work on the flower beds, and we got the sidewalks done. You know, this is something we need to kind of work on. And as Ms. Stinson says, we do, 75 properties are within the Historic Preservation Commission. And we do an annual review of all of those properties and whether they're got tree limbs down or not. Every one of the properties on the square are one of those properties that are within that, and we do every one of them. So we are asking them to take a look. And if all of y'all have not had an opportunity or are not aware of, the preservation plan was written in 2005. And on page 10 of that preservation plan, it outlines the area for the historic square.
Thank you, Ann.
One more thing. So it's gonna take someone to keep the parks. I mean, we understand that maybe we don't have the manpower now to keep the streets clean, to keep the flower beds up. So what we're asking is support from the city, possibly to incorporate the park and the inside of the town square and someone that's their job. And we can get help from, historical, planters and things like that from people that know plants, but we're not the ones that are gonna take care of it.
I did ask
Somebody's
Jordan to,
full-time job.
I did ask Jordan to see if the 4-Hers could,
I think we need to try to partner with the school and get some help from some of the kids at the school.
that's what I was saying that
Helps
we,
them with a portfolio and things like that. So, budget season's over, so I don't think we're gonna be hiring anybody new just to take care of that.
So is there someone planned for the park?
Excuse me?
The park?
Excuse me, I didn't hear you.
Is there someone planned to take care of the park?
Parks director, got removed from the budget.
Got removed?
The Parks Director got removed.
so
So I don't understand what that means.
does that mean that we have no one taking care of Heritage Park?
Oh, we have plenty of people taking Heritage
It
Park.
means we don't have a parks
Jim, would you like to
director.
talk to it quickly?
Yeah, we basically contract out the mowing and trimming and that type of stuff. The public works employees are the ones that clean the restrooms, empty trash, and take care of the day-to-day live maintenance down there. We don't have a landscaper on staff, but we do contract out that work at the parks. And I do know that our previous administrator, a time or two, he went and hired someone to come in and plant flowers and.
But he didn't plant the right things that are gonna thrive in that flower bed.
He's not here no more, so let's move on.
Jim, can we talk to our current contracted labor landscapers to see what it would take to have them add in? I have two, but I do have one caveat here. My concern is that is it gonna basically happen again where the gentleman, if we do hire him, for instance, the contractor to do the work, is it gonna pull out everything and then,
Well, see-
you know what I mean? We're back to the same
That's the
thing.
I mean, if
That's-
somebody doesn't wanna do it, they want the city to do it, then when the city does it, it's hard
Right.
when they get upset for doing it.
Can we just get a quote from that
Let's
guy?
have a subcommittee.
That, I'd like to come back in November and go into, well,
Let's have a
I
subcommittee.
mean, I want it to look good and I want it to look right, but I just want y'all to know that that's not in the budget to hire somebody else. So I would be for, like Rich said, to come and one day, every 2 weeks, whatever our mowing schedule is, just to take a look at it. And
well,
if it
I'll be
needs
glad
something,
to
because I think
assist
they just charge us
from
for when they
preservation.
mow, correct?
Councilman Freeze.
And I'll just, Jeannie, 1 second, please.
Yes, sure.
I think there are some creative ways that we could fund this. And it's something that we should be looking at going forward. I don't think we necessarily have to, think that we're gonna foot the bill entirely. I think there are opportunities to leverage our relationships with organizations and clubs and other things like that. So I think this is a subcommittee type responsibility to put forth a plan and say, this is what we think we need. This is what it's likely to cost. is that something anybody in this group is interested in? Want to recognize Ms. Lane?
Go ahead, Ms. Lane,
Well, I
sorry.
was just going to add that part of this is cleanliness. The streets aren't always clean, and when the shop owners out in front of their, have to clean in front of their shops, the street, because I was told, I came over once and, you know, I have the street on Walnut, no, it's on Walnut Street, and it has the little, where the cars pull in. I said, you know, who's, and it had grass growing in it, all kinds of stuff, and I said, who's gonna clean that? And basically, we don't have the, like manpower to do that. So if you wanted it clean, you clean it. And so a lot of this is cleanliness, plus you can plant all kinds of anything. And you can get volunteers to plant it, occasionally come out there. But if no one's gonna water it, take care of it, look at it after it regularly, and it be on a schedule, then there's no reason to plant, in my opinion.
That's the reason that, Councilman Freeze, that I did go to the 4-H, Jordan over at Agri Life, and ask about the 4-Hers making a project out of it. And she suggested the other school age so that we could all work as a community to take care of this, and that the burden doesn't fall totally on the city, but we got to have water. And I have been told there is water there. We just need to be able to have access to it. So I would be glad to assist with any further discussion and subcommittee if you'll just get in touch with me.
George, you want to head over to subcommittee?
Yeah, George. What I was gonna say is that it's not the landscape design that is the issue, because we could easily work with the schools with that. It's the consistent maintenance of it.
Yes.
And that's what you would need to contract out. I think it's cool to bring the kids in and let them participate in that, like the 4-H and everything, but it's the consistent maintenance, which I do believe we would have to contract out, because I wouldn't want to put that on y'all.
I appreciate
Or the
your time.
Parks Department.
I appreciate your time. I know that tonight's a busy night for all of y'all, but I would like to be back in November so that we can have further discussion about what our plans are.
Thank you.
Let me ask one other, Jim, do we have any, so there is water lines along all those plateaus, is there any issues whatsoever with tapping into them, putting T's into them, to have drip lines or whatever for those plateaus?
Sure.
Some of them could be done.
Do you want to lead the committee since you know about the streets?
Is that creating a large issue, or is it fairly easy doable?
I don't know how easy it would be. The water's
Do you
there.
have time?
Can you look into,
Are y'all
that by November, once you come back?
When the next city council is.
Problem.
I would
Second.
Wait, second.
Let's put Jim on our subcommittee and
Yeah,
we'll
you're in charge.
figure it out. You want to join? Me and you?
I don't mind, but I don't know anything about the dang plants. You turn around and say, put something there, I'll be going, is that a cactus? I don't.
That's the reason that I called in experts.
Okay.
I think George and Rich are going to do it.
Okay. And then Laura, you'll fill in when we need you? Yes,
Yes,
if I'm out of town?
yes.
Okay, perfect.
Do we need a motion on that?
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
No, it was just a discussion, because I'll see y'all in
Thanks for
November.
bringing it to our attention. We appreciate Tom.
But, Stu, we did have a hand in the,
Would you?
yeah. Did you want to?
Well, that's okay.
I'm sorry, I can't see or hear.
Well, and
We ran out of spots, so you just go ahead.
I just wanted the second chapter to what has been said is to have a plan of action, a comprehensive plan, so you can use that for grants, for any kind of funding opportunity, that you need plan in hand with the budget in hand. And, phase one, we need to fix what we got. 2 is let's take a good look at it. The drainage has changed. The square is totally different in 2005, especially in the 90s. And it may not work the way it is. It was done on a shoestring back then.
See, I told you I went to the expert.
It's not the best commercial workmanship. And there's self-planners, self-watering planners Stephenville's just converted all their downtown planters to beautiful pots that are self-watering.
And this project was 30 years ago. So I mean, look, it's long in the tooth.
It's in the historical district, though. You better watch out.
We'll talk
Miss all
about
that.
We just wanted to bring it to your attention.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
Move to consent agenda. All consent agenda items are considered routine by the city council and will enact by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless council member requests an item to be removed and considered separately. Do we have any action on the consent agenda items?
I make a motion to approve all consent agenda items as presented.
I'll second. All in favor? That's 5-0. Got it right that time. Move to staff reports, Public Works Director.
Did y'all have any questions over that report?
The only one I have is the crosswalks. Obviously, reading your report, it seems like TxDOT, other than the Hereford Bernard ramp, basically says they're done and they're obviously I still have a concern over both crosswalks
Right.
that are down over towards Big
So
Rocks that come across.
I met with the state representative downtown and we talked about 4 crosswalks. The one at Elm in Bernard, the one at Walnut in Bernard, and then the one at Shepherd and Gaither. And she said she would be speaking to the district engineer.
We want it nice and we want it safe, and I don't think we mind spending money to get it there. We just need the permission. It's what
Yeah.
I thought.
Well, the ones at Shepherd and Gaither, obviously that's, I'm trying to think if the other 2 would be school zone technically crosswalks, but the ones at Gaither and Shepherd, those both are. So obviously I want those extremely eliminated, as I've kind of mentioned in past meetings.
Well, I mentioned doing that to all 4 of those.
Okay.
And she seemed receptive to it. She said she would be meeting with folks in Fort Worth to continue the discussion. I also met with the district engineer that same afternoon. And I explained to him the conversation we had downtown, and so he said he would be looking for her call, so.
Did they, your meetings with the representative from TxDOT, did they say anything additional about the Highway 67 school zone when we're gonna get some verbiage of an ordinance that we need to put in place? And
I have not heard anything back from, that's the area engineer on that, but.
And is our, did you reach out to our representative also regarding that?
Regarding the school zone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, she's aware that they started the project, so she wasn't aware that was even happening, so she knows about it now.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I got one last question. Are you told, is Public Works totally full now, staff?
No.
You're still down one? Okay. I just saw you had another hire, so that's why I had to ask.
I got a question. What about the water tower?
So I heard back from Sean last week, and he said the lights that are at the base of the tower, there's no problem with those lights. It's the ones at the top that were having issues anyway. So they're still working with that company to make sure that they're gonna be watertight when they replace them. We won't be going through the same problems that we've been experiencing.
So I know that they're Christmas lights people as well. Are we probably more than likely out till after the first of the year on that? Just because I get more questions about the water tower than anything.
It's a big hit.
Yeah.
It's-
Line up the bottom without the top, or will it not show?
They won't let me have control over it.
Maybe that's.
I'm gonna run for mayor though.
Put a rainbow on it.
Stay after.
Yeah.
So probably gonna be after, cause I mean, they're probably about to get busy putting up lights. Okay.
What about the dog park? We were gonna look into that. It was brought up at the last meeting. And it was proposed to be in that corner over at Heritage Park. Do y'all recall that conversation?
I remember.
So, I mean, what are y'all feeling about that? Is that something that we should pursue?
Probably need an agenda item on it.
Yeah.
Cause there's gonna be costs associated with fencing and everything else and benches and.
You could put that in the scope of this committee that's being
Yeah.
formed.
Oh,
Come back with a suggestion
I love it.
for a cost.
Oh,
For a cost.
I love it. Talk about community.
Hey, y'all about to work together. Y'all cut it out. Anybody got anything else for Jim?
Yeah, I just got one last one. And it's only after Stuart made his comment, made me think of it. What's going on with the illumination of the trees in the square?
They repaired them, and then by the next day, the squirrels have already.
Okay, are we able to put down
Wow, squirrels.
squirrel deterrent? I understand there is some, I don't wanna say chemicals, cause that's not.
Political question out there.
Yeah.
That's right. I know, right?
It's not to kill them, to keep them away. There's a
Rehome, you're gonna rehome the squirrels.
Y'all got anything else for Jim?
Next thing I know, somebody's gonna put squirrels in my truck.
As long as they're dead, I don't care.
All right.
Well, I mean, obviously,
Collars on.
we need to do something, otherwise we're gonna be out at an expense every other month
Yeah.
on fixing these lights. And even at that, it's at the scheduling of the worker. So, you know, we've been going a long time with them not working. And I don't wanna have that 2-month, 3-month, 4-month gap in the future. If there's something we can do to, I don't wanna say mitigate, but something we can do to minimize the threat. Then I think we should try to consider it.
Coming up on Christmas, you wanna make Christmas, wanna make it look good.
Yeah, exactly.
Anybody else have anything for Jim?
Thanks, Jim.
11, police chief.
Thank you, Chris.
Hey, you're gonna leave? We'll see you soon.
See you later.
Oh, I do have a question. How did the Glen Hotel project meeting go?
We're still working on that.
Oh, okay.
Anybody have anything for Chief Martin?
Next week, I don't know.
Do I?
They've had a meeting with the third-party contractors, and we will all come together and meet next week
Oh,
after
okay.
the new building starts.
Oh, that makes sense.
Anybody have anything for Chief Martin? Guess not. Thanks, Chief.
Look like another
Thank
busy month.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, wait, I do have a question. How's the truck, the new vehicle? I know that was approved.
2025, so I'm gonna be driving 2026.
Yeah.
Talked to the guy that's doing it, the works at the sheriff's department. He's trying to get mine and one of the deputies done quickly, so, but keeps getting pushed back. This, yeah. Takes
But
about a
it's
year.
in the works. It was.
Yes.
You have a vehicle, it's just not
Correct.
fixed up yet.
He's getting close.
Okay.
Putting the graphics on and finishing up, so maybe in December, Christmas.
Hey, Buck, the printers in your guys' vehicles, it is totally operational now, right?
Yes.
We're 100%, no issues?
Absolutely, no.
Okay, thank you.
Guess we go all the way down to CVB. Tex? There you go, George. You want this?
We were busy this last couple weeks since last week.
Hey, hold on, just let me mark something.
I thought the Longhorn thing was fun,
Here.
even though they were a little
I
rogue.
mean, look at the rectangle.
Were you over there on the, see, I was I was way down the way and I'm like, oh, in fact, I've got a video and I go, I'm getting behind this car. Yeah. Because they were coming. But it was cool.
People really like it. First cattle drive, I think, since 1980s.
I've been holding on to this.
I was in a bright orange shirt trying to get a new job.
Turn it into this.
So we got a lot of good photography from all the people on the square, from all the events, the car show, the Longhorn herding, and then the ITLA thing, the music. So lots of people shopping, lots of activity. So we needed that because the last time the photographers were here was like a air raid warning had gone off and everybody went underground. There were no people on the street. So.
I just want to say, while you're talking about pictures, there's a company that we use at our events that come and take pictures at Biloxi Music Fest, Safe Tree. They come all the time, and that's something that I don't want to get away from in the transition to new people there, because our community really enjoys to go to that web. I mean, I think it's a husband and a wife, and they come for like 3 hours and just take tons of pictures, and they post them for the citizens to have for free. So I want to make sure we're still bringing them out to our Safe Tree events and our other events like that.
They're welcome. This was the photography for the website and the brochures and the promotions and ads we'll do. But those type of things, I think, adds to every event. So.
Well, I know they're welcome, but you're going to have to call them.
I know, but I need their contact.
Thanks, Tex.
So what is the official CDB Facebook page? Or
Right now, it's it's visit glenrosetx.org.
Facebook is visit Glenrose. Just
Cheyenne, come on.
But there's several different iterations. There's been history with the city and the county, so we're trying to consolidate it all. Trying to wrangle exploreglenrose.com because everybody thinks of .com, not .org, .net, .gov, and especially not TX, because that's really a zip code abbreviation, not even Texas spelled out. So we're trying to consolidate it and get it all where it's working and everything goes to the same place. It's taken a while.
So what's planned for the upcoming month?
There's the Christmas planning. There's a bicycle. I think there's there's a bicycle event. There's a, whatever the K is of the running. I can't remember, 5K, 12K, something like that. There's that mammoth thing. Maybe it's a walk.
That's 5K, 10K. I think they even do do they do a half?
They do an endurance race.
They have a lot of different races. They're all on the same day, different tracks.
We're supposed to be meeting on that. And then there's a dyno bike race coming up November 21st and 22nd. I was just given that information. So there's a lot of things going on, and Tracy's going to be focusing on trying to get the meetings and conferences here. We just got the contract finished and the ad going into the Texas State Association of Executives, so that we can start trying to reach out to the smaller conferences, 25, 50, 75 people, things that we can handle now with the facilities that we have. And we've got a database of where they can meet. La Palmilla, the various hotels that have meeting rooms, even the churches and wherever they fit.
But Artsville has a good place.
Glenrose.com is already utilized by an engineering firm in Austin, but GlenroseTexas.com is available.
It was Explore
Glenrose. And actually all of the maps that the city owns, or technically Artsville has, but the city owns, all the QR codes still go to the city's web, that Explore.
Well, you can have as many web pages as you want and then just redirect them to
I'm just
the
saying,
one you work on.
all of the stuff that is still out there exists for the city still, even the county stuff is for the city. So then have to recreate the field.
Anybody else got any more questions for Mr. Tex?
Thank you.
Appreciate it. City Secretary's report.
A few highlights are, of course, we have a new Public Works employee, Dexter. He started on September 29th. And then our upcoming employee, our new building official, will start on the 20th of this month. We have a very big anniversary tomorrow. Buck Martin will celebrate 16 years with the city. And also with Buck and Joe, our municipal court clerk, we implemented a software that allows the ticket to just go into our FundView system. So there's no longer any handwritten tickets coming in, and then she has to input it. So we've cut down on just that manual labor, and then she does double check and look at it just to make sure there's no errors or anything like that. So that just started this last week or 2 weeks ago. And then of course my department's completed several trainings. We had Cassandra complete hotel occupancy tax training. So she's better able to help CVB manage that. Lupita finished records management training, which is very exciting. So she's kind of taking the lead on helping us all get our records in order. We've been transferring a lot of our shared drive to Laserfish because there's so much more storage in there. And then also I completed Advanced Institute training. So with that, I am one seminar away from completing my municipal clerk certification. So I will have that designation by the end of January. So I think that's all the updates from my department.
So I have a question. Now that we're kind of getting trained up on hot tax, can we start getting a report of what that revenue line looks like?
Yes, sure can. I will make sure that we include that in the finance going forward.
And it'd be great, whatever we can get to have a comparison back to.
Previous years. Yes, we've been slowly finding all of the historical information from HOT. Just, it's gone from us to the county back to us. So she's compiling it all so that we have better records management on that.
Whatever we get, in an asterisk, we feel like there's a 90% accuracy level here.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be.
We can totally make that happen.
It's not an audit.
Yes.
It's just where we at.
Yes, we can make that happen. I will ensure that you receive that next month.
Thank you.
Anything else for our city secretary, Veronica Welch?
No, I just want to say thank you for all the work you've put in.
Yes, ma'am.
I love my city. So.
Just so y'all know, I want to make a statement here. I reached out to Veronica on Saturday, and she shot me a text going, "Hey, can this wait till Monday, or do you need me to call you now?" Me, being on vacation mode, thought it was Friday. And I go, now if you can. So she literally sat down and called me, even though I was however many time zones away, called me. So I want to say thank you, number one, for that. And more importantly, I want to be public about it, saying sorry for bothering you on a Saturday. I don't ever try to bug anybody on a Saturday unless it's an emergency.
With a margarita. Sunset picture.
I know.
Jim, would
I was in a different time zone.
Good job, Veronica.
And our intern city administrator doesn't have anything to have.
Thank you for all your
Do y'all
work.
want an update on
Buck
the
has it
project?
Yes, that'd be great.
Well, I forgot, sorry to say that National Night Out last week. Speaking of Joe, she helped me and Kobe set up our table and hand out candy, and we had slapstick, wrist slapsticks, what do you call them? And different things. So we had the best table, I think. Everybody's like, you got the best table over here. So we did good. So
I
it turned out
heard
to
the
be a
county
good
had to
crowd.
go buy a table cover so they could one up us,
Who's that?
the county.
I know. Well, and the
It
fire
was
department,
good seeing all y'all together though, working together, united as a team though.
Yeah.
It was great.
no, the fire department, they had a blow up jump house, so we might have to buy something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We have to step up our game.
You're gonna start asking for a PR budget, aren't you?
Yeah,
Hey, but I just thought of this, and you may not know, but is there any truth to the fact that the burnout thing is looking like it's heading out?
I believe so, yes. I heard that they're gonna, like the land, they're gonna sell it and get rid of it. So yeah, I heard this.
Wow.
Okay,
So
that's
that's a
good
good thing.
news.
Yeah, very good news.
Have they put any more, you know how they have to do it within 30 days of, isn't it 30 days until their next,
Yeah,
have they
so
put
far,
in another?
No events have been planned so far, so.
Interesting.
I was talking to one of the commissioners today. He was talking about that looks like it's gonna be a done deal. So that's good.
Wow.
Yeah, I understand that there was some joint effort from some other police entities in the around that came and helped with that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's awesome.
Taxpayers are paying a lot of money for extra patrol, through the sheriff's department, so
Yeah.
a lot of overtime, which is needed.
Mm-hmm.
Jim, did you want to speak on the Lane building?
Yeah, if y'all want to update on it.
Yes,
It's
please.
coming along, I guess, I think they're ahead of schedule. He's saying he wants to be completed by May 1st, but I think it'll actually be a little earlier than that. But they got the floor, the concrete poured, they've done most of the framing. The roof will probably be completely done by Friday. They have window frames in, the door frames in the front. I think they have a few more window frames to go. They've already ordered the glass. I think the glass will come in like 2 weeks. They should have it completely dried in within 2 more weeks.
It's awesome. I did get, talk to some people that were asking about the AC units are gonna go on the roof. I thought they were gonna go down below.
Originally they were, and I think the idea was it may get run into, so they wanted to put them up on the roof out of the way.
Well, if there's something we can do, I think they're gonna be highly noticeable up there, are they not?
No, because it's like there's this.
It's a parapet.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, it's not.
all right.
Was that a change order we authorized? Because I'll tell you personally, I don't like that. I don't like having AC units on the roof. That's difficult to maintain. It's expensive whenever you have to go to replace it versus putting a simple barricade around it when it's on the ground. I mean, we've had, we have 3 units out here. How many times have these been
We have
hit?
2, they've never been replaced. But when they do get replaced, it's gonna be a major ordeal because the inside unit is in the attic and it's the size of like a Volkswagen Beetle. And so it's gonna be expensive too, but I think, there's pretty limited amount of space where you drive behind the building, which is where they originally had them. And, you know, we were able to buy some property to widen that on one end, but part of it, we weren't able to purchase any additional land.
I thought that was, and again, I don't want to belabor the point, but I thought that was part of the reasoning behind why we went ahead and bought additional property was so that we wouldn't have that on the roof. But just saying, and if it's a done deal, it's a done deal, but I wouldn't be in favor of that, but.
It wasn't a change order. I think you got re-looked at before the plan was finalized.
Yeah. All right. Council member reports? Anybody got anything? Got anything on text for what?
No, I didn't go. I didn't go to that October meeting. October or September meeting. I did attend with Commissioner Jocelyn and Commissioner Talavera a couple of weeks ago, a TxDOT meeting that was actually really enlightening. Picked up a number of contacts of people within different divisions within TxDOT that work cooperatively or work alongside of our existing engineering staff, one of which is the traffic division, which is the people that are kind of like the first line to make the application if we're serious about looking at lowering the speed limits on state highways that run through the community. So have an address for them. They, of course, just like any good organization, state organization, have a form you have to fill out and designate. You want a 5 mile per hour decrease, or you want a 10 mile per hour decrease, and how to substantiate all that. So I'll do a little legwork and see about bringing that back for an action item if anybody has any interest in maybe slowing down the speed on 67. It's just too fast.
I'm interested,
Broadly.
absolutely.
It's just too fast broadly.
Anything else? We'll go to executive session in accordance with the provision of the Texas Open Meeting Acts, Open Meetings Law, Subchapter D, Government Code, Vernon's Texas Codes, noted in accordance with number 17, Section 551.0.071, consultant with attorney for interlocal agreement. 18, Section 551.074, personnel matters, city administrator. 19, Section 551.072, deliberations regarding real property. At 6:46.
Are you adjourned in the microphone?
No.
Thank you.
Just to let you know, HBC
Y'all, thanks for staying.
I want to thank the crowd. We love your
Call
commitment.
the regular session back to order at 8:50 PM. Item 20, discussion, consideration, possible action regarding matters discussed in executive session on a local agreement. I move to accept the interlocal agreement after striking out, the money can only be spent inside Assistant District number 2, I'm sorry.
I'll second that.
A second by Bruning, all in favor? It's 4. Number 21, discussion, consideration, possible action regarding matters discussed in executive session, city administrator, direct staff to move forward. Item 20, discussion, consideration, possible action regarding items discussed in executive section, road property, direct staff to move forward. Is there any more business for the city of Glen Rose? No. During this meeting at 8:51. You might want to go to Mama Mia's.
Mama Mia's?
Yeah.
What's Mama Mia's? Which one's that?
It's the easy, they're about the easy mark.
Oh, yeah, yeah.